What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tonight in Haddonfield. It is a little bit of an early start for us tonight because our regularly scheduled episode will actually be happening tomorrow night, just not at its regular time, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you don't have anything going on a random Tuesday night at the beginning of April, well, we're sick and we like Halloween all year round, so we're going to be doing a watch party, if you will, of Halloween H2O. Mike Bish will be joining Dean and myself for that, so please feel free to stop by, tune in, and share your thoughts on Halloween H2O and watch the movie with us. Kick back, have a great night. Without further ado, the master of show and tell, Mr. Dean Renner. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, everybody? I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's watch along. I haven't checked out H2O in a while, so and I finally got my whole setup here in order and ready to go for that. So tomorrow night should be pretty fun for anyone that wants to stop by and chat some Halloween and some H2O with us while we sit there and watch it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The last time I attempted to watch H2O was when I was setting up my a 4K TV and the surround sound, and something wasn't set up right, and the voices just would never connect with the audio properly, and that shit drives me nuts. I can't watch a movie like that. So
Yeah,
we figured out the issue though, and I'm definitely looking forward to just sort of relaxing and hanging out with you and Mike and diving into the movie a bit. You know, H2O is one of those movies that has kind of grown on me over time, and yet the things that I'm most critical about are still things I'm very critical about, and I feel like take me out of the movie, like the CG mask, for example, or the score. The score kills me every time I hear it, but I'm looking forward to this one, man.
Yeah, it should be fun. Like I said, I haven't revisited that in a while, so I'll probably go through, pick some pros, pick some cons, but so far I'm kind of on board with that. The CG mask is rough to look at, and the score, it's not fitting of Halloween for me. So right off the bat, there's two gripes that I have.
I'm right there with you, man. So
yeah.
Score aside, though, looking forward to sitting back and enjoying Halloween H2O, and I do think we're gonna. I don't know how likely it is we'll be able to stick to doing one watch party a month, but we do want to do more watch parties at the channel. It's something we did in the early days of Fandom Empire, and something that we've slowly been getting back into over on our Star Wars show, and figured we'll dive more into it here on the horror side as well. And there won't always be Halloween either. Don't be surprised if we go 2 or 3 in a row that aren't a Halloween movie. So check it out tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Mike Bish joining us, and it'll be a bunch of fun going through Halloween H2O. It's a good thing it's not like a weekend night, or we might have had to play like a drinking game. Every time you notice a mask change, take a shot.
There's at least 4. There's like 4 or 5, so that's 5 right off the bat.
4 or 5 in one sequence where Michael is chasing Josh Hartnett and Michelle Williams. So
be hard to keep up with, but it might be fun.
A little later on, we're scheduled to be joined by James from Grimnox Productions, and
Nice.
they may or may not have a new little clip to show us from Halloween Aftermath. So
very cool.
We'll see what they have in store for us tonight. We're tentatively trying to plan something next week, but our schedule is kind of getting full, so it's getting hard to fit everything in. So stay tuned for that one, but they're scheduled to be on a little later this evening. Okay. Anyways, man, let's dive into it. I'm excited to see what you have for show and tell. I know you said you had a couple of companion pieces, so I'm lost already, and excited to dive into another episode of show. What is it? Show, share,
and slash.
Show, share, and slash.
All right. Take a turn real quick. All right, so this is a movie that I've already had on Blu-ray for quite some time, but it got a 4K upgrade. I kind of waited a while to make the upgrade to it until the price came down a little bit, being that I already owned it and didn't need to run out and get the 4K right away. But nonetheless, this was definitely something I wanted to add in, yeah, regardless of owning the Blu-ray copy already. 2022 horror-esque. I call it more of a psychological thriller, but we have The Black Phone from Blumhouse, Ethan Hawke. Somewhat supernatural, about child abduction in like a small town. It takes place in the 70s. For anyone that hasn't seen this, it's a fun watch. It's not too heavy on the horror elements that I was able to pick out, but regardless, it's got some creepy and eerie atmosphere to it, and kind of like the backstory to how the events of this movie unfold. A little bit horrifying. So I'm going to do something slightly different here. I'm going to open and kind of unbox this here on camera for everybody, because this is so new into my collection that I haven't even opened it yet. But as Sean mentioned, I do have a companion piece to go along with this movie, because the 4K, it's got a couple cool things featured on it, but not too much. So I figured let's throw something else in with this movie right here. So I have pre-cut it, but let's go ahead. Let's get the wrapping off. Open this bad boy up for the first time. Let's see what we got inside. We've got a Blu-ray, digital code, and 4K disc. Just the typical poster art on the discs. Nothing too crazy there. This was given a Dolby Atmos upgrade, though, which was another reason that I definitely needed to make the jump up to the 4K copy. And then as far as special features and bonus stuff, we have deleted scenes, Ethan Hawke's evil turn, answering the call, which is a behind-the-scenes featurette of The Black Phone, Devil in the Design, a Super 8 set, so that could be pretty cool. Shadow Prowler, which is a short film by Scott Derrickson, so that might be something cool to check out. They threw a short film on here, and a feature commentary by producer and co-writer, director Scott Derrickson. So he also does an audio commentary on this. So, not quite bare bones, but nothing too crazy. Back cover just gives you some movie shots and, your synopsis and all your features. That's kind of cool. That's your poster art. So for me, at the right price, was a good 4K upgrade, especially for that Atmos sound upgrade that it got from the Blu-ray, because when that came out, I was disappointed it was only done in 5.1 and not Atmos. And it doesn't stop there. Most of I'm not only a movie collector, I collect other things as well. Prop replicas and little fun merchandise, and obviously a lot of t-shirts. As you guys see every week, I pretty much have a different one on almost every show. So with that being said, this one took me a while to track down. Nobody made any replicas. They were hard to find. I had to venture off to eBay and continue searching until I could find this item. And I was finally able to track one down, because it's pretty specific. And what I have that I anxiously awaited for is a black phone. For anyone who kind of paid attention and watched the movie, this is a very important piece in the movie itself. However, the design of this phone is very retro. This comes from 1964. So this is a vintage 1964 rotary, wall-mounted. I don't want to say retro, because it's not. It's from the 60s. But this is basically the design of the phone in the movie. It's made to hang on your wall. And the most important part is getting the receiver right. It has to be this receiver that hangs on the side. When you take it off the hook, it has the hanger right here. So for anyone that has seen the movie, if you know how hard these things are to track down, it took me some time, a couple months of searching, but finally found something on eBay and was able to get this shipped out from, I believe it was California. The seller, not a very cheap price, but not an over-the-top price either. For me, when you get into the collecting aspect of things, the $100 price point is kind of like your breaking ground of where you'll decide whether or not you really want to have something or not. This came in very much under that. So this plus the shipping was really no different than me buying multiple 4Ks at a time, or maybe some other pieces of merchandise from some other collectors or merchants and whatnot. But nonetheless, this was a piece that I wanted to find and track down to add into my collection. So, you know, having the movie and then having yourself a black phone to go with your collection. Um, so yeah, that was my prize find for last week, and that is show and tell, or show slash and share for this week, covering the black phone.
It's pretty awesome. I still need to see that. So
It's fun. It's a little bit supernatural. But yeah, the phone plays a big part in the movie, and I figured, what better thing to do than track myself down one.
no, I dig that. I dig that a bunch. Want to take a moment here to address a not so fun topic, and that is a longtime supporter of ours at the channel. She's followed a lot of what we've done over the years. I think she
Yep.
started following the channel during the pandemic. It might have even been
Mhm.
before then. But our friend Melissa,
Yeah.
I don't want to say exactly what because I haven't seen exactly what put in the chat yet. So I don't know if she's revealing what and who, but she lost someone extremely close to her and her family. And I know we can all relate to loss in some way or another. I know it might feel at times like everybody else's life goes on, and in reality it does, but we all need to take a time out at times and understand what's around us and what our situations are and understand what's important. And for Melissa, I can truly say Jade and I have talked about this several times over the last few days, and our hearts are out for you and your family. We really appreciate everything that you bring to the community. And if you ever need to talk or vent, we're all here for you. And stay strong. You're not alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it says on the screen, everybody's thinking about you. We all have you in our thoughts, and all of our condolences go out to you.
All right. Shift gears here. Let's talk a little bit of Halloween. We're supposed to have some guests on tonight, but
Mhm.
they are not here yet. So
Okay.
we'll see how that goes. I don't know if you want to reach out, Dean, if you have an opportunity to
I
here.
can I can see.
Um,
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot of interesting conversation surrounding our Halloween March Madness pool, which, yes, I do realize it's April. However, we still have some results to get to, and we had 4 matches to vote on still last week. And this is how those matches came out to be. Over on X and or Twitter, we had Halloween H2O edging out Halloween Ends 55.9% to 44.1. God knows if Halloween Ends would have went on another round, Dean would have been just throwing things.
Yeah.
Um, and then Halloween 4 absolutely obliterates Halloween 5,
Mhm.
95.2% and 4.8%. And then over on the Facebook side of things, I don't believe I have a graphic ready for it. But I can tell you that on the Facebook ladders, we had 118 votes for Halloween Kills to 31 votes for Rob Zombie's Halloween 1.
Oh wow.
And we had 196 votes for Halloween 2018 to a 196 votes for Halloween 2018 to 53 for Halloween 3, that is. So
Hmm.
without being able to update this thing on the fly, that basically means our next set of matchups is going to be wait, was that the wrong? That might have been the wrong one I was reading to you guys. Interesting. Let me come back to that a little later in the show. I want to double check something before I make that official. So,
Okay.
um, in the meantime, man, let's bring this back to physical media for a second.
Yeah.
Um, so I ran into the problem this week, and I still don't know the answer to it.
Hmm.
I got to check, but I've noticed that obviously when you buy some of the 4K collector's editions of anything that's out there, a
Hmm.
lot of the times your special features can end up just on a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
How wary do people need to be if they're buying these things for special features as well, in terms of being able to actually watch those special features? Like, how often is it region blocked?
It depends where it's coming from. If it's an import release, you have to look at what studio's putting it out, and you want to look for pretty much. I think Warner and Paramount are two of the main studios that put stuff out if it gets like an overseas international release, but it comes with a 4K and a Blu-ray. The Blu-ray should be either region free or all region, basically the same thing. So you can pop it in any player and it'll work. I have quite a few like that. Um, Foreign releases that get released through a boutique, that's a different story. Um, what they do, what I notice sometimes is it'll just be a 4K or it'll be two 4K discs and they'll fit all the content onto both of those. But the 4Ks are region free, so you have no problem there. Um, and then here, some studios are scaling back a little bit with how much stuff they're putting out, and they'll put out a 4K and it'll come out at like 22 or 23 bucks, and you'll pick it up and then there's no special features. You might get a commentary from like a director or something. And then besides that, unless you track down an older Blu-ray that has some stuff on it, the upgraded release is now lacking in special features. And I think that's just to kind of cut the costs a little bit, but it's not really for people that like that stuff, it's not in our benefit. So I do have a lot of like duplicates and stuff in my collection, just for that reason, to make sure that I can go back and watch special features and behind the scenes stuff when I want to. So yeah, I would say just try to look into it the best you can before buying something, so that you know what you're getting. And especially if it's an import and you have to import that thing over to here, you don't want to have to go through the headache of returning it and having to send it all the way back and then wait until they receive it and then they process your refund, if they're even going to do that, or however it's going to work out. That can be a headache. So uh, like I said, in most cases, just really try to research what you're getting and make sure that you can play it like before you make that purchase.
Eventually, I'll figure out if I can play those Batman extras. I don't
Mhm.
think I think we said, or I think you said you didn't see the thing
Yeah.
on it, so I might have dodged a bullet there. But yeah, no,
Mhm.
just like, hey, when you're getting into collecting something for the first time,
Yeah.
or building collection with anything, you want to do your due diligence first. Like, things are
Mhm.
expensive, and
Yeah.
it's easy to get the short end of a deal at times. So
It happens.
probably more than I'd like it to.
Yeah.
Um, did you hear anything back? I sent a message. I haven't heard anything
Um,
back on that front, but I do have the
yeah.
updated ladder ready. So
Okay.
I didn't think I'd get a chance to actually post it, but here we
Yeah. I got an answer of what time,
are.
so I'll get back to him while we pull that up.
Yeah. All right. So if you haven't been paying attention, we've been doing a Halloween March Madness tournament now for a little over a week, and we're already down to our final four. In round one, we had Halloween 2018 edging out Halloween 6, the producer's cut. Halloween Kills took out Rob Zombie's Halloween 1. Halloween 5 took out Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. That I don't agree with that one, but who cares what I
Yeah.
think. Halloween Ends takes out Halloween Resurrection, which leads to round two matchups, which seen Halloween 2018 beat Halloween 3. I thought that one might be a little closer.
Hmm.
Halloween 3's grown, gained some love over the years.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Halloween 2 took out Halloween Kills. Halloween 4 annihilated Halloween 5.
Yeah.
And Halloween H2O edged out Halloween Ends, which sets us up over the next few weeks here for some interesting matchups. Next week, we have Halloween 2018 versus Halloween 2. Now, some people might be like, no brainer. I can honestly say I have no idea in terms of a fan vote
Yeah.
which one of those movies are going to win. And Halloween 4 versus Halloween H2O. I know how I feel, but I don't know which one of those two movies are going to win. So
Yeah,
I
there's some.
we've ended up at a place where like any of these four could win this ladder.
Yeah, they there's some good matchups coming up, and those for me are some tough choices. So I would have to kind of sit there and pick out, like technical aspects and go that direction, opposed to my likes and dislikes for each one. But yeah, good matchups coming up, and James was able to get back to me. So if you
He's in the green room.
can check, oh, perfect, okay, cool.
So we're going to be doing this kind of raw and on the fly here, guys. But
Mhm.
also, again, reminder that we are doing a watch party for Halloween H2O next week. So if you got nothing going on, 9 p.m. Eastern, sorry, not next week, tomorrow. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the channel, Halloween H2O. Looking forward to it. Haven't watched this one in a while, so I know the mask changes are going to drive me nuts, man.
Yeah.
Especially seeing them so much more clear now.
Hmm. Yeah, they're very noticeable when it comes to 4K.
Any H2O thoughts you want to have heading or you want to share heading into tomorrow? Like where's it rank for you in terms of movies? I'm just gonna dip out of here for a second to grab something.
Yeah. For me, it actually ranks at number 7. Not in order of the franchise, but it just so happened to land at number 7 in my ranking, even though it's the 7th film in the franchise. I don't mind it. It's okay. It's watchable, but it's really not one of my favorites, and I don't come back to it too often. But I mean, I'm up for a watch along, so no problem throwing it on and kicking back and having some fun with it. We'll be here with you, and we'll be here with Bish, so we can chat about it on the fly and just have some fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to
Yeah,
be a ton of fun. I'm glad we're starting with this and not Resurrection.
yeah, for
Resurrection
sure.
might have been a harder sell to begin with in
Oh,
terms of
definitely.
these things. Without further ado, though, he is the mastermind behind Halloween Aftermath. They have an Indiegogo campaign that is continuing to go on as we speak. And I believe they have a little something to share with us tonight. But because it's been just such a crazy last little bit, I'm not entirely sure what we're getting. So we'll let James himself come on here and introduce that. And without further ado, welcome to the show, man. What's going on? How you been?
I am so sorry, guys. I just got home from work and I meant to text Cole and be like, dude, I didn't even take into consideration that they're 3 hours ahead of me. And I accidentally texted to Dean. So I'm in the back waiting room, the backstage, and I'm just like beating myself up, like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't take into consideration that you guys are 3 hours ahead of me.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Ah, no worries. I mean, things happen. It's cool.
It
How you guys
happens.
doing?
I'm
We're good.
tired.
Tired.
I'm doing good, but tired.
I hear
Awesome.
you on
Awesome.
that one.
Get some sleep tonight.
Hmm.
Not likely.
Not likely.
Not
No.
likely for this guy. So you have shared something with me here. I just want to pull it up on. I want to make sure it's going to let me pull it up on screen.
Yeah, definitely.
What is it that we're going to be watching here tonight, man? What are you debuting through us?
About a minute and a half of all new footage. It's essentially like a teaser. It's
Nice.
kind of like the final teaser for the Indiegogo campaign, since it does have under 2 weeks at this point, and we are 70% funded, and so we're hoping that people can see this last bit of footage. It's going to be the last bit of footage they see for quite a while, and hope that they can see the quality of everything you're about to see.
Nice. Looking forward to that. I still have to buy my 4K. I can't forget that.
Supplies are running low, brother.
Mm-hmm. I figured they would. I got to get on that.
It's okay. We got a couple more. We got a little under 2 weeks, so you got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Cool.
Sorry, guys, he's trying to do this on the go.
Oh no, you're okay. Take your time, man. Not a problem. I appreciate you guys taking the time to do this. Like honestly, my new work, I just started a new job, so the work schedule it's just going to be hectic. Like the first 2 weeks, and then they want me to work like a really late shift till like nearly midnight. But you know, it puts bread on the table, right? Food on the table.
Yeah, for sure.
Kids.
Interesting. It's not letting me like actually bring it up on screen and share it.
Oh, you might have to download it, huh?
I'm gonna do that real quick. In the meantime, let me turn the question towards James here. We have a Halloween sort of March Madness tournament that we're finishing in April. Halloween 78's been excluded from it, so we have a final four of 2018 versus Halloween 2 and Halloween 4 versus H2O. Give us your thoughts on those matchups and which you prefer and why.
Oh, the final four, 2018 versus Halloween 2 from 81. I'm going to go with 2018. As much as maybe like I like the way the mask looks in Halloween 2, there's something about it I really wasn't a big fan of. I love the idea of it's a continuation of the first film, but at times it feels like it's a whole new Myers, which I mean, it technically is a different actor, a different stuntman. So for some reason, I feel like it falls a little short. A lot of people have it high in their rankings. I find Halloween 2 to be fairly middle at best, and that's on a good day. It's better than Resurrection for sure, so I won't put it close to that, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. So 2018 it would be. Plus, maybe I'm a little biased. I got to see Halloween 2018 in theaters, so there's a little bit more attachment for me. But overall, Halloween 2 has never been like one I've ever really like had like high praise for it. And then Halloween 4 versus H2O. I kind of spoke on this channel in the past, and kind of shared my love for Halloween 4 and my introduction to the franchise and everything else. So Halloween 4 is definitely up there, and I kind of hope Halloween 4 wins the entire thing.
Interesting take, but I like it. I like it.
I'd be a happy camper. I don't think it's going to win, but that's who I'm pulling for obvious reasons. So let me ask you: is this YouTube? Are you about to put this out on YouTube on your own channel? Like, is it already uploaded somewhere? Here's what I'm worried about: is the only way, for whatever reason, this is letting me access this is if I play it right from the Dropbox. I don't want any personal information to show up on screen. There's any, but also
no.
I don't think it's going to look the greatest playing it from the Dropbox. But for whatever reason, it will not let me upload that video to StreamYards.
Yeah, you because that link is specific to that file, that shouldn't be an issue at all. It should be totally fine. It won't it shouldn't be. Let me see here. Let me take a look here. Cole actually just sent a message to me. Let me see what he says. So we can make the premiere live now. The only thing with that is that the premieres, they never premiere in 4K. They always do it in 1080. So it won't be the actual resolution and the actual quality of the final product that will release once it's done premiering. But that link does have it in 4K. You just have to change the type of quality of it.
All right, we can give it a shot via sharing. I'm just worrying about lag.
Gotcha. So, I'm so sorry. I appreciate you guys. You guys do the best.
All right, let's try it this way. I'm going to remove us, and I'm going to try to play the clip. Dean, if you don't hear audio, just hit me up in the green room chat.
Okay.
Cole, is there anything you want to say?
Who's there?
For 2 years, he's been waiting, healing. He's done waiting.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Halloween Aftermath. Did that show up okay for everybody else? No lag, nothing?
Yeah, look good on my end. I had good audio and everything. So,
Well, that looks badass. And given what
Yeah.
we've already seen and what you showed off, you can kind of piece together the two different time periods that you mentioned before, and it looks awesome, man. Impressive stuff.
I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for taking the time to do this. I'm excited to share more. Dude, like that scene we just shot like recently, and like being on set and watching it happen in real time. The how like ferocious our shape is, and just the visceral nature of the entire scene. There's so much more I want you guys to see. I wish I could share, because that scene is just incredibly choreographed. It's just I can't believe my name's attached to it. It's like that. I mean, I'm proud of every cast and crew member who's worked day in and day out endlessly to make this come to life. So hats off to them as well.
I mean, good things come to those that wait, and this looks badass, man. Again, the visual quality is there, the cinematography is there. It looks professionally shot. Michael looks menacing. Just also seeing the demeanor of the lead actor there. I believe he's your lead actor anyway. From the first clip where he forgets the keys inside after he was told not to where he is during this with this discussion group. Like, it's like we're already seeing some progression. So like I dig that, and I sort of like the way it seems like it's heading.
Thank you. Yeah. So that group it's almost like an AA meeting, but it's like Michael Myers Anonymous. You know, they like people, the people of Haddonfield. They'll go in, they'll meet up at night or whenever during the day to discuss like how they've been affected these couple years because of Michael Myers. So it's one of those scenes that kind of plays into how he's affected the town even when he's not around.
very interesting. I dig it, dude. It looks great. Like Sean said, professionally shot. I like the low lighting. It really adds like that atmosphere to it. And right in the beginning, before that kitchen attack, to see him kind of pan across the screen behind her was just that was awesome. It's typical, like standard Michael.
Thank you so much. Off topic, is that a Bret Hart sweater?
It is. Yes, it is.
I love
it. Canadian to the T, man. But yeah, no, I dig it. I can't wait for this project. How long is left to go on Indiegogo, and is there anything people should be keeping an eye out on?
Right now, it's under 2 weeks. I think I want to say 12 days remain. Maybe it's 11. I was so busy over the weekend, I haven't got a chance to really promote as much as I should be doing. But I believe it has 11 or 12 days remaining, 70% funded. And I'm hoping we can hit that mark in, in a week and a half. Is it possible? I really think so. I'm just going to have to drive my social media nuts, and people are going to get very tired of my posts, and understandably so, but I just got to be a little annoying for a little bit, and hopefully we get that.
I mean, I think it's a project worth supporting. Mine's still coming. We had a car decide it was going to fail us, so that kind of uprooted our entire life for longer than we wanted it to, but I definitely intend to act on one of those 4Ks. I believe I checked and there was still some available.
There are, yeah. Your vehicle situation, all that's more important. You don't, if this is a time where you're unable to, don't worry about it. Take care of yourself. I mean, that's most important, my friend.
Well, there you have it. You're at 70%, and yeah, I mean, tons of good shit there still. Strongly encourage everybody to check it out on Indiegogo. Halloween Aftermath. Now, this poster here, is this the different poster that you guys put out? I know one of them was slightly different. I think it was this one, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit closer to what the 4K is going to look like.
Okay.
Yeah. There are some items left that are on sale for like up to 25% or more off right now. Screen used knives are there as well. So, the one of the screen used masks, I have actually all three of them in my area with me. This was the one that was used for the 2018 scene. I think I've showed you guys before.
Nice.
And then we have the stunt mask. That's in modern day stunt mask.
Very cool.
And then we have the one behind me, which is the hero.
That's awesome. Any of those up for for a perk?
This one is actually this one is up, and so
okay.
Yeah. I saw what screen use masks go for, so I was like, we knocked off 50% off ours, and maybe someone will buy it. I don't know.
Well, you guys still got a good chunk of time left, and anything we can do to put it out there, we definitely will. Strongly suggest everybody give it a shot. I mean, these guys are making a Halloween movie at top tier quality. I believe Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. Is that correct?
Dolby Atmos for sure. Dolby Vision. It's funny you say that because we did discuss that, but it was never like set in stone. Because there is a whole process to it, but it's been looked into. Worst case scenario, we don't, and it won't change a whole lot. But it's always a nice little thing where it's like, oh, it's in Dolby Vision too. So we have looked into the process, and we're hoping that we can. We'll look into it. No guarantees, but Dolby Atmos definite.
Awesome, Dean. Did you have anything else you wanted to bring up in terms of Halloween Aftermath?
It's also 4K and HDR10.
Okay, I was going to say I was going to ask if there was any kind of HDR on it at all, but HDR10 is almost up there with Dolby Vision, so the difference is kind of minimal. But the Dolby Vision name kind of sells a little better, but it's not going to take away from quality, not in my opinion. Exactly. The perks though, the perks look good. I'm going to have to take a look at that. I'm coming into a good money week, so this might be a good week for me to do that.
I would appreciate it. We have 79 backers. If that can be in the triple digits, I'm going to be very happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Halloween Aftermath, and another exclusive clip from James and company, and everything they've put out so far that I've seen looks badass. So if you're a Halloween fan, you're sleeping on one here if you haven't checked this out. So definitely give it a shot. Can't wait to see what James and his team put together here. Anything you want to plug here, James, before we get going?
We're looking to wrap up filming. Hopefully, after the funds clear for the Indiegogo, we're going to go ahead and wrap up filming and everything else. So I would say after this summer, or maybe a little bit during the summer, expect more marketing material from us. And until then, we're going to probably after that, we're going to stay quiet for a while, and we're going to come back and give you guys a lot more Michael. I promise. Nice. But I saw people watch the opening 10 minutes or the 10 minutes from the close to the beginning of the movie. They saw Michael weak. Don't let that make you think that's how Michael is in the movie. He just got done getting beat up by a mob and everything else. So trust me when I say you haven't seen anything yet. And this Michael is vicious and he's very angry.
Nice.
I would say that clip just showed us that. So
yeah, no, that clip looks badass, man.
Mm-hmm.
There you have it. Halloween Aftermath. Again, if you want to support James and what they're doing over there, check it out at Indiegogo. The link is available in the chat. Check the description after the video is up and out. Big thanks to James for coming out tonight. Dean, where can everybody find you at, man? What do you got going on?
I'm getting ready for a decent, hopefully, work week. end of pay week, so perks are on the agenda. If I can get in there and grab some perks. And then you guys can find me on the Legacy of Halloween Facebook group and on Facebook at Dean Renner. Add me, shoot me a message, whatever you guys want to do. And weekly here with Sean on Tonight in Haddonfield.
Yeah, and tomorrow night you can find us 9 p.m. Eastern time watching Halloween H2O right here on the channel. Mike Bish will be stopping by and we'll hang out and shoot all sorts of Halloween shit and whatever else comes on our mind. Big thanks again to James for coming out, and don't forget, Legacy of Star Wars is up next in about 15 minutes time. We will see you then. Have a great end of your evening, and hopefully everybody had a great Easter weekend. Take it easy and good night.